I don't think you're gonna like this one tonight, folks, or maybe, just maybe, you're gonna love it. Like this video, share this video, subscribe if you're brand new. It's a pleasure to have you. We got a whole lot of these clips going around, and the first one looks like a GTA Online server. Check this, roll it. I really just witnessed all this.
Oh,
happened while out taking walk. Cops, pulling up. Oh man.
Oh, they running. Oh, they running.
Just a morning jog, okay? It looks like a GTA Online server, bro. Where was this recorded?
They got the other one right here.
What? I think the school bus. Ontario. Oh my god. Ontario. I'm in Quebec though. Let me know where you guys at. I'm in Montreal. So this happened in Ontario. Canada, you crazy? Man, it's a crazy world.
The kids is crying, look. The kids are scared in the boat.
That's crazy. That could have been the intro for the new GTA 6 trailer. It would have fit in perfectly.
Exactly. What's that? What's going on? Plane? Holy crap. Oh man.
Holy crap. Can you imagine being in that thing? There's nowhere to go. The whole thing's on fire and you're just floating through the air, just waiting on.
I cannot be the only one that actually thought about this, but like, I think now with stuff that's going on with Boeing, they need to make it mandatory for every person to have their own parachute on the plane, bro.
And
like,
everything to come to an end. That's terrifying.
UFO landing in Brazil in 1996. Holy shit, it's incredible. I had no idea that there's a city called Varginha in Brazil, and in 1996, according to everyone who was there, according to medical records of people who were there, according to, like, they blocked off, the military came in, cordoned off the area, they recovered a crashed UFO, and there was living creatures that people came in contact with, and one of them was this tiny little thing that this guy carried, and he carried it to wherever they were going to examine it, and when he carried it, he got whatever was on its skin. It had like a slippery kind of skin. It got into his body and infected him, and he wound up with this horrible general infection, and he wound up dying. His body shut down. His immune system shut down. His body didn't know what the fuck to do with this alien thing that he was interacting with.
No.
And there's real records of this guy contacting this thing, grabbing it, carrying it in. All these people witnessed it, and then this guy winds up with this insane infection shortly thereafterwards. That's all documented too, all of his medical records.
So he's speaking about the Varginha, Brazil UFO incident.
The one that I remember is there was like a forest, somebody recorded like a dead alien being, right? And we did a video on it too. I'll link you towards the end, and I'll try to link you in the pinned comment. If not in the pinned comment, then towards the end of this video, yeah.
Which, in my opinion, is one of the best, most well-documented UFO cases that exist to this day. We're actually covering this tomorrow for the podcast. So I know I keep talking about the podcast and it hasn't been released yet. We're trying to get mini episodes in backlog so that whenever we start releasing them, we don't end up having like a big hiccup where we have like a week or so where there's no content to release. I actually live in a different state than Dave, so I drive to Dave's house to film the podcast once a week. Not able to get down there every weekend, so this is what's creating the hang up on the podcast. So for all those who are wondering when is it going to be released, it's coming.
It's coming.
We're just trying to take things slow and do it right.
It's coming. I used a welding mask to view the eclipse. This was at 91% totality. Why did it do this only once? The sun was being eclipsed.
I don't know why that's happening right now. I'm using a welding mask.
But not earlier. Yeah, I remember seeing
what is happening right now. I'm just putting my phone on the welding mask, so I don't know if it's like electromagnetic energy coming at us right now, being pulsed. That is so weird. Is the sun pulsing energy at us? I I am so confused.
The sun was definitely sending out like vitamin D waves, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, just some free vitamin D for everybody, you know? Just some free vitamin D. Sheesh.
So
Yeah,
I'm sure there's
witnessed
a
it.
reasonable explanation for this video. I'm not really familiar with welding. I've done it a very little bit, not enough to really know the ins and outs. So I know some of those helmets, I've worn some that were just pitch black until you started welding, and then you could barely see the bead. And I know that there are some that I think they're called active helmets, I'm probably getting that wrong, that basically lock and unlock the viewing field as you weld. So it will allow light in when you're not welding, but then close off the viewing angle whenever you are welding, so that it doesn't damage your eyes. And I'm wondering if she's using a helmet that has that capability and it's just malfunctioning. But this is just a guess. I have no idea. So someone who welds and is familiar with these helmets and how they function, leave a comment down below and let me know.
What is the world coming to when people are purposely going to parks and actually
Nails super glued to swings and slides.
supergluing nails into swings and slides in order to hurt our children? Here's a picture of the slide with the nail superglued into it, hoping a child will go down. And before I did show you the picture of the swing. Well, this happened last weekend, and I'm making this video for awareness because I know for sure, now that I have seen this, I will check every single time my children are at the park.
Man.
Now, thankfully, in this case, which happened in Marcham in Oxfordshire, no children were actually injured before adults realised what had happened. Now, the park itself is less than 200 yards from a Church of England primary school and nursery, and is sometimes used by the nursery children. Now, this is absolutely horrific that somebody would go out of their way to plant danger to children in a place that is designed and there just for children to use, to get joy from. But I just wanted to make this post so that people are
crazy world we live in, man. Crazy world we live in.
Aware that this is a thing, and just to always check, because I know, like, for myself, like, my kids will get through the park gate and they'll just rush on.
It's like one of those things, right? You always heard this, that, hey, if you're gonna go to the cinema hall or somewhere, just before you sit down, just, you know, don't, like, put your hand down like that, but, like, just gently, just see if there are any needles or not. Because if there are needles and you sit on a needle, well, well, good luck, son. Good luck, son.
Off to whatever they want to go on the most, swing, slides, whatever. So I will be taking more precaution.
Man, I feel like I've seen it all now. Why in the world would anyone do something like that? I'm at a loss for words. I have no idea why anyone would do something so disgusting. I just wanted to put this in here because I come across it and never in a million years would have thought that I would see something like this, that there's people out there that would do something so sick. But I feel like as a parent, I'm glad that I saw this, so I know to check this equipment and stuff when I take my kids to the playground. And so for that reason, I put it in here for all of you who have kids.
Listen, man, I make it very simple here. Just hide your kids, hide your wives. Just very simple. There's a reason why I say it, man. Protect the kids. Protect your kids at all costs, man. Hide your wives. If you're somebody wife watching, then hide your hubbies. Hide your hubbies.
Be careful out there. Hey, if you're enjoying this video and you like this kind of content, I'm making to join me.
Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
This antenna at the top has a wire following it all the way down the building.
Okay.
All the way down into the ground. It's because this antenna is harnessing the ether. The ether is the element that fills all space with infinite free energy. And all of the energy that this is producing is being grounded and sent straight into the ground. What? All of these buildings from the 17 to 1800s have these antennas, spikes on the top of them, because they are all doing the exact same thing. It was a complete different world. They've got rid of this technology because now they're capitalizing and making you a slave to work to pay the bills for something that is free. Look, here's another one. Antenna being grounded again on another building. You need to wake up and realize there is free energy. You all realize it, the whole system is down.
Clearly
Man,
a grounded
there's a whole lot of censoring on that, so I'm picking up him saying free energy, but
wire. I don't think that church building is trying to harness the ether with that little antenna on top. That being said, the guy is onto something. There is, in my belief, the capability of pulling electricity from thin air. I think if you look at what Tesla was working on with free energy, and then you look at all of the moves that were taken to silence him, to break him as a man, both mentally and financially, I think there's enough evidence out there to show that these things are possible. I don't think that we've ever used them, not in modern times. I think that ancient civilizations likely used electricity and power from the ether. I don't think that we ever did it, because I think that every time it's been rediscovered, whoever rediscovers it gets silenced.
What you're looking at right now.
And I actually heard this as well, right? Like, if they do just a small area, when I say a small area, it's still gonna be big, but it's still gonna be like very, very small area if they were to put like solar panels in the middle of the Sahara Desert where there's no one, right? So because that's where the most amount of heat is, that's where the most amount of sun is, right? So you can literally get electricity there, and it doesn't need to be super big. Of course it's gonna be big, don't get me wrong, but out of all of the Sahara Desert, it's just gonna be like a tiny speck. You can put solar panels there and it can power the entire planet, but they don't want that.
Is the most advanced
and we have the technology. We certainly can do it. Like, we're in 2024, we certainly can do it.
version.
It's gonna require trillions of dollars, maybe even more, but maybe not trillions, actually. Yeah, maybe not trillions. Okay, that part I'm just throwing it out there from my ass, right? That part, about the money part, how much it's gonna cost, that part I don't know.
Of subliminal mind control. At the top here, massive individual remote mind control via the mobile phone network and mobile phones. Individual remote mind control via mobile psychotronic weapon carriers disguised as communication devices. There's also another form, individual and group remote mind control via black helicopter carrying psychotronic weapons, and also individual remote mind control via transportable psychotronic weapons, so people can be like next door firing this at you. Essentially, this depicts the multiple means where high or low frequency waves can be targeted to an individual or an entire group. At 10 hertz, you control the motor cortex, so it kind of like influences information in your mind, like what you're thinking. Then it goes to motor impulse coordination, sounds. You can implant images in people's heads. This is like,
yeah, it's also one of those things with the music as well, with like certain hertz, certain frequencies, right? Music is also in a way control. It's to control people, to control the masses, have subliminal messages and all that. We've done videos on that previously as well.
like you can make somebody think that a spirit guide is like talking to you, like you're getting spiritual apparitions.
Oh, shit.
Phantom touch senses. Ever been laying on your bed and you feel like something graze on your back? And even impose subconscious thoughts.
So I'm not sure where this guy got this document from.
Yeah.
So it's difficult to say it's a legitimate source because we don't know what the source is. It sounds like he's saying that the cell phone networks are essentially set up in a way that they can use the towers and different things to pump frequencies into your home or through your device and manipulate you in some way. On its face, this sounds like a big conspiracy theory. I don't know if there's any truth to what he's saying because, again, what is the source from? Anyone could have drawn this up and put it on the internet and he just come across it. So for that reason, I'm going to say we need some more.
I'm gonna say maybe it's coming with 6G. Listen, I'm just saying. No, true, absolutely. Jokes aside, yeah, no source. But the thing is real with the music, though, controlling the masses with the frequencies and whatnot. But in terms of this, it's like a he said, she said kind of situation.
More evidence.
So I knew there was such thing as bug drones, but check this out.
They flew over our head probably 7-8 feet. One of them hit the pole, and you hear it on the ground. I thought it was one of those Katie did things. But you tell me, why in the hell would this shit right here be flying around? Somebody please explain to me what the hell that is. And I found out as I was picking it up, if you squeeze that on the end on each end.
You got that horn thing, right?
It's gonna do it one time, then I guess it shuts it off.
Yeah.
So somebody, for the love of God, please tell me what that is.
We know the cicadas are out right now. I can hear them outside as we speak.
Yo, truly wild, man.
It's not as
Holy-
advanced as this, but that guy's drone bug, what do you think it's for? Could it be for nefarious reasons? Could scientists just be following around the cicadas to see where they come from, where they go, and who knows?
This is fascinating.
It is.
I've been hearing the conspiracy theory that there are insect-sized drones flying around watching and listening to us. On its face, that sounds absolutely crazy. This guy found one. He looks like somebody like me, lacking the ability to create something like this. So I'm going to go with the odds are he did find this, and wow.
It could be like one of those things where maybe his neighbors were actually spying on him. You never know, right? Like, what if somebody from his family was like, okay, one day I'm just gonna go to his house and like leave this bug somewhere secretly, right? And then just fly that bug around and just spy on the guy. It could be one of those things, and it's so little that it's gonna be super hard to find. But I guess he did found out about it. But after how many days, how many hours, or how many days, right? Yeah, what if like that thing was actually sitting on his apartment house, his crib, let's just say. Yeah, what if it also had the ability to record and send data, send video back, and God knows what it recorded.
Just wow. It's crazy to hear something like that that is so conspiratorial sounding. Someone who, like me, will dig through all these conspiracy theories with fervor, just looking for the next clue that's going to lead me to the next piece of truth, you know? Even I thought that this was crazy. Anyone who brings up, you know, oh, they got these little insect-sized drones flying around and they're watching us and they're listening to everything we're saying. You know, I thought those people were crazy. Absolutely mind blown. Yeah, does anyone have any idea what these things are being used for? Who created them? I mean, aside from just the government, what were they created for? I'm
leaning. Yeah, no, I understand like what he's saying, and yeah, like I mean, your first thought is gonna be like, yeah, government made them, but I'm thinking like, what? Yeah, surely nobody knows who made it. Perhaps like he made it himself, and he wanted to just make a video. But I'm also thinking, what if it's something that's one of his family member made, or they bought it from somewhere? What if somebody made it and you can actually buy these things, right? Like that's what I'm thinking as well.
Very, very curious.
So if we think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration, and we apply that to understanding what is the true fundamental difference between health and disease, energetically speaking, it's energetic imbalance or energetic balance.
Yep.
If energetic balance, we call that health. If you have energetic imbalance, we call that disease. What this technology is doing, and we can go into the intricacies of it, but simply put, it is creating a coherent energetic environment so your body can synchronize with that, because your body will synchronize with the environment that it's in for the most part.
You know, there's been a lot of studies on this, not necessarily related to scalar, but I'd love to see what happens with scalar waves and sound healing, because I would put scalar waves in the same category in many ways as sound healing relationships.
I'll go so far to say that there's nothing outside of you that actually heals you. No pill, no doctor, no nothing. At the end of the day, the pill, the doctor, the guru, the teacher, they're just helping us remember what we already have within us.
That was a mic drop moment. So I'll basically congratulate you.
Yeah, it's like one of those things, right? You gotta try to fix yourself within yourself, but of course, not saying there are surely like some diseases for which you definitely need the pills for, especially in a life and death situation, right? But there are a lot of we fight more battles in our mind, and we fight more in our thoughts than reality, or we think the worst in our thoughts. There's a saying, I'm messing that saying up, but like we overthink a lot, and it's just one of those things you can
and move on now.
So he says your body will synchronize with the environment that it's in. So it sounds to me like what he's saying is frequency healing is a real thing. All of these stories that we're hearing about people standing in a certain chamber in Egypt and in the pyramids, and there's vibrations, and suddenly their back pain starts to go away, and you know, they spend 3 days down there and the inflammation in their body dissipates, and all these crazy physical anomalies happen. Just more evidence that that stuff is true and that we're barking.
This is the first time I'm hearing that. Yeah, go to Egypt and the pyramids. Maybe he's just giving an example, or maybe that's true. I don't know, but like, this is the first time I'm hearing.
Up the wrong tree when it comes to medicine. We definitely don't need to be filling ourselves full of pharmaceuticals.
Most people are living life like this, and today
try not to overdose on the pills, or like, not even overdose, what am I saying, like, try not to like go crazy with the pills either. Like, got a lot of side effects, man. How you're trying to cure one disease, you get the next one, and then you're on to the next one. It multiplies, it never stops. How to heal and unlock your own healing, part 1, the God vitamin. Oh shit.
Today we're going to talk about the God vitamin. So my name's Taylor. I love doing deep dives. I have a new series called How to Heal, and there's a reason why this is my first video. This vitamin is actually not a vitamin, it is a hormone. We are talking about vitamin D. Through the absorption of sunlight and combination of healthy cholesterol, your body makes vitamin D3. Vitamin D3 is required by every single cell in your body, and 42% of you are deficient in it.
I would argue more.
Stop feeling like this? You need this. Let's dive into the science. Like I said, vitamin D3 is a hormone. It regulates your sleep, your immunity, your gut health, and it functions as your body's natural thermostat. The natural thermostat because you actually have a hibernation setting. Your body can literally tell it's winter because you're not getting as much sunlight, vitamin D3 levels drop. This tells your body, hey, food's not going to be super available, so your metabolism slows down, your fat gets stored rather than burned, sex hormones, fertility start declining, sleep cycles lengthen, energy levels and brain activity decrease. Your immunity literally goes into standby mode. The same way when you're back.
And they say like eating eggs is bad, and they say like sunlight is bad, or the sun is bad. Yeah.
Battery on your phone is running out and it goes into standby mode and you lose 90% of your functionality. Your body goes into standby mode when it doesn't get enough vitamin D3 because it's thinking, hey, there's no sunlight. Let's hibernate. There are different levels of vitamin D3. If you do not have enough, certain systems will not be in play. And this is a major reason why people are feeling so suboptimal. 42% of people are deficient in vitamin D. Vitamin D deficiency leads to cancer, heart disease, kidney disease, mental disorders, cold and flu, diabetes, amongst...
Yeah, no wonder cancer is like on the rise, and they say that sun is bad for you, sun is bad. Don't eat too many eggs, or don't eat them at all.
Many others. So I went through many peer-reviewed studies all about vitamin D and what is essentially correct facts and what is myths. Let's dive into it. I'll tag all of them below. The science has shown again and again that high doses of vitamin D can cure and reverse diseases as well as prevent. There are so many benefits. I mean, pause to read some of these. Ladies, did you know that a major cause of endometriosis is a vitamin D deficiency? Evidence shows that the growth and proliferation of cancer is due to vitamin D deficiency. Look at that. You feel tired all the time, you feel like you can't think straight, you can't focus. Vitamin D deficiency. All these are signs that you might be deficient. You know, if you have decreased endurance, high blood pressure, muscle weakness, sleepiness, depression, mood issues, greater pain and sensitivity, weight gain. The National Institute of Health and Institute of Medicine came together, did some studies, and they said the recommended amount of vitamin D needed is 600 international units. They were asked why 600, they replied because that's what you need for healthy bones. And while that is true, again, it is used in every cell. 600 international units is not near enough. The science and the data shows if you want to prevent this, you need significantly more. Well, how much do you need? It depends. It depends. The darker your skin, the more you need. So this is a good vitamin D exposure guide. You can see with the skin color and the time of year, how much vitamin D, how much sun exposure you need. Make sure everything is exposed, no sunscreen. Sitting in an office.
Oh yeah, I was thinking about it. They always say, wear your sunscreen. They always say that, right? Do not go out in the sun is bad. Yeah, no wonder why the cancer rate is so high and why so many people are depressed and all that, right?
a window, driving in your car with the window, you're not getting the sunlight that you need.
So I definitely don't want to start handing out medical advice on this channel.
Yeah,
I think that would get me
no
in quite
medical
a bit of
advice.
trouble. Take this however you want to take it, but I thought it was important to share. This is just another piece of the puzzle of the overall health of human beings and how we're functioning, how we're supposed to function, how we're supposed to take care of ourselves naturally, instead of with all these pharmaceuticals.
Man, natural stuff over everything, man. Don't drink too many sodas, man. Drink water, eat healthy, exercise regularly, chase your dreams, go after your goals. Take sunlight as well. Don't go too crazy with it, but like, yeah, try to reduce the pharmaceutical stuff, or if you have to, I mean, you have to, but like, if you don't have to, then you don't need to, right? Guys, this was the last episode that we've done. I think you're gonna really like this one. Check this out, and I will see you right there. And on the left, we got a UFO video too, so yeah, check it out.